Again, can I have a roll call, please?
Chair Gross.
Here.
Vice Chair DeBolt.
Here.
Commissioner Andrade. Absent. Commissioner Quilty.
Here.
Commissioner Lowe.
Here.
Commissioner Riley. Absent. And Commissioner Sofocanic.
Here.
And can we all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Okay.
Again, I
Allegiance
pledge allegiance to the flag
flag
of the United States
United
of America,
America,
to
to the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
nation, under
under
God,
God, indivisible, with
liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Did we have anybody send in any oral communications?
There were no requests or comments for tonight's meeting.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any approval for the minutes for May 26th? Do I have a motion?
I'll move approval.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay.
Victor will second.
Do I have anybody that wants to make any corrections or comments? Roll call with that.
Chair Gross.
Approved.
Vice Chair DeBolt.
Aye.
Commissioner Andrade. Absent. Commissioner Quilty.
Aye.
Commissioner Lowe.
Aye.
Commissioner Riley. Absent. And Commissioner Sofocanic.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes.
Can I interject real quick, Chair? I just want to make sure we have it on the record, but Commissioner Riley did reach out to me. I totally slipped my mind. He is in absence for tonight. He did reach out, that he wasn't going to be able to.
All right, thank you. The consent calendar, since we have none, can we move on to public hearing? Are you going to do that, Ron, or will Tom be presenting it?
That will be me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let me start it off, Tom, before you go ahead. Is tonight I just want, before Tom goes into the staff report on the single family residential parking requirement, I just want to make sure that the commission understands that we're talking specifically about the entire city and the parking ordinance for the entire city. We're not talking specifically about a specific neighborhood or specific resident. This is something that goes on for the zoning code for the entire city. So I just want to make sure that we are all aware of that, and I'll kick it over to summarize the staff report.
Thank you. And I also wanted to mention that Michelle is with us tonight. She didn't change her name to Maria, so. Yeah.
The fake Maria tonight.
That's right. So, all right. So Chair Gross and members of the Planning Commission Subdivision Committee, this is the consideration of a possible zoning ordinance amendment for single family residential parking requirements. In the latest zoning code update, the requirements were possibly altered contrary to the wishes of the Planning Commission and may need to be updated. In the April 28th, 2021 commission meeting, Commissioner Lowe noted that the current parking requirements for single family residential homes in any zone require 3 garage spaces for single family residents that is built or expanded to 5 or more bedrooms. Tonight's agendized discussion of this subject gives commissioners the opportunity to discuss this parking requirement that was instituted through Title 17 of the zoning code update and was approved by the council in November of 2019. You can direct staff to come back with a resolution of a resolution of what am I trying to say? Asking the city council to consider a change to this if you so desire tonight. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Do I have any of the members want to speak or have any questions for the staff?
I have a comment, question, a request, I guess. I wasn't able to download the relevant code sections, but I have the code with me. So when we're talking about a specific issue, can you just refer to the code section we're talking about so I can get to it?
Okay.
I have a, I have a question.
I mean, I'm reading. Do we know what is the ambiguity that the staff is concerned about that prompted this? Because I watched the video, and that was mentioned in the staff report, of that meeting, and it appeared at that meeting that we were being asked to change something, and that we basically said, we've already discussed this, we've beat it to death, and we'll leave it the way it was. Okay, so what's the concern? Okay, I guess I'm trying to, because that video clip that you gave us doesn't give us any more than what we have right now.
Right.
It would have to have been the meeting prior to that that discussion where we evidently, what was it before we changed that pertains to the 5 bedrooms? Had we just left it at 2? Was it prior to that just two covered spaces regardless of the bedroom count in the single family?
Correct, that's true. And then in multifamily, it was based on the bedroom count. And then we changed it in this last zoning code update based on, at the last minute, I don't know if you saw toward the end of it, Les mentioned that we were going to make it based on the type of unit rather than on the zone that it's in.
Yeah, by use rather than zone.
So I'll defer to Commissioner Lowe for a moment. Yeah. He'll explain why we're here tonight on that.
Yeah, so no, I totally agree with Art, meaning that there's no ambiguity here. It's just wrong. You know what I mean? We made a mistake, and something got changed that we said not to change, basically. So,
well, what did we say not to change?
What section we were?
Any of the parking at that meeting. The meeting that we had where the zoning got changed, we talked about, we had a consultant at that meeting. She proposed certain changing to the zones. We had a discussion on it. Towards the end of that, Chair Gross said, I like the way it is. We already revisited this. I don't want to make any changes. And we all said, we all agree. And then Les said, how about this? How about we just make one change? We go by use, not by zone. And we said, okay.
Right.
And then that was it. So basically, that's what happened. However, when the zone got updated and passed to the city council, the only mistake in it was the single family dwelling, which we added the consultant's recommendation or potential recommendation, which is if you have a 5th bedroom on a single family dwelling, you got to have 3 parking spots or 3 covered parking spots. So that's what got changed. So now what we're here today is to say, hey, so we couldn't just say, hey, that was a mistake, take it out, because it had already been approved by the city council. So now we have to go back and say, hey, we never meant for this to happen. We now recommend that it's only 2 parking spots for single family dwellings. Can you make that change, city council? And then it can be changed. That's the way I see things.
Before we go on, would we please answer Victor's question for the code, the one that we're looking at? Because I have it as 17.26.030.
It's 17.22.030.
Okay.
Thank you.
Does that help you, Victor?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, continue. Any other comments?
I could just say that I did go through and review what it was and what potential changes were made. I couldn't find anything. The only thing I found was the single family dwelling. That was the only thing that was changed by mistake.
And I do remember that discussion because we had that family in Old Town who was trying to add a bedroom for like an elderly parent. And then they found out that they had to have another covered space, which was, costing too much for them to do that. So I remember the discussion now.
Mm-hmm. Old Town West. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. And we said basically go. Yeah. In that case, they had a single family home that happened to be in a multifamily zone, correct?
Correct.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And so, okay. Yeah, I mean, without going back and listening to that does seem to make sense. I don't know if, I seem to recall that. But
I think if I could, maybe just to help narrow the conversation a bit after hearing the statements that have been made so far. And Tom, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but it sounds like the prior standard applicable to single family homes was 2 covered spaces for a single family residence, irrespective of the number of bedrooms on that residence. And it looks like what changed is our code now states that you're required to have 2 covered spaces for each single family dwelling unit of up to 4 bedrooms, as we said. And once you add 5 or more bedrooms, the requirement becomes 3 covered spaces. So I think the question presented this evening, at least with respect to the single family residence, is the commission favors the prior 2 covered space standard for single family residences, or if the commission agrees with the code as it's currently written, which requires the 3rd covered space once you go over 5 bedrooms at a single family residence.
And would that apply to, I could understand that with new construction, if somebody had a 5-bedroom home already and they decided to do any kind of a remodel, just call it any kind of a remodel that would require a permit, would the parking kick in, or is it only if they're adding square footage?
If they're adding square footage, yeah, then it has to come in code.
Okay, in our code, isn't there something in the provision that says unless they're adding 10% to the square footage, they're basically left alone, right? As far as
that's what it used to be. Now it's if someone expands their house at all, they have to bring it up to code.
All right. Okay. For anything, just not even adding. Yeah. All right. That's why. Yeah. I think that's why we left it the way it was.
Yeah, but I thought for the purpose of this, I thought that family that came in, it was because they were in a different zone. But they were still single family.
Yes. So the change that we made was, if I recall, that we wanted to make was that, look, this is a single family residence that's in a multifamily zone, and therefore we wanted to allow someone who they're not adding units, they're not doing they're, you know what I mean, they're maintaining the single family, okay, that they should fall under the single family dwelling. Not
right.
Yeah. And so that's what we wanted, is that if it's a single family dwelling, even if it's in a multifamily zone, then the requirement would be two parking spaces regardless of the bedroom count.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah, that's how it ended up. And
and then the consultant wanted to change it, and then we said we beat it to death, leave it alone.
Yes.
And somehow it still found its way in there.
Right.
Correct.
Okay. So I'm with Gary on this. It took me a little while to get there, but
we're caught up now. Right?
Yeah, I know. What can I say? You know. Yeah.
So then, do we have to make a motion to, like, how do we proceed at this point?
Yeah, there would be. We can do this by minute order, so it would require a motion of the Planning Commission directing staff to return with a resolution recommending a zoning code amendment. And the effect of that amendment would be to state that 2 covered parking spaces are required per single family residence, period.
But that, yeah. Let me just, well, if we go into like condominiums and stuff like this, it will not apply that way, correct? In other words,
No.
all right, okay, I just want to make sure we're clear on that.
Yes.
All right.
Victor, do you have any questions? Do you have any questions, Victor?
Oh, no. I lost connection for a second, so I might have missed some discussion, but I was on board at the beginning
Okay.
with Gary's request, so I was just following along, see if there's anything I missed.
Commissioner Lowe?
Now I'm going to sound like Art now. And that is, no offense, city staff, but I'm not sure why we couldn't come with a motion to, to push this along tonight instead of having to come back with a motion next month to approve that motion to then pass it on, delaying this process a month or more. I don't, to me anyways, I'm not sure why it's so difficult to put that motion in there so we'd have that tonight rather than having to request a motion to come back, especially I guess with a situation like this where it's something that we already agreed upon at one point and now we're just trying to correct something that was inadvertently a mistake that was made. So I know that's come up before. Art's mentioned that before in the past. So that's my comment. I'm not sure why
I'm gonna take the blame for that. So I'm, as you are aware, I'm new to my position. I was not around on April 16, 2019. I was briefed on that thing, but from my recollection, after April 28th, you, Commissioner Lowe, requested to bring this as an agendized item. So that's why that discussion, again, I'll take the brunt of that, was a start off point for me. But now that I'm fully aware, and again, I think I should have maybe called you and talked offline to specifically what your concerns with are. And so then again, I apologize for that. So that's why we needed direction from tonight on what the commission wants to do going forward.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, I know this has come up before where we said, hey, why couldn't we have this in here? Because we already kind of lost a month when it didn't get agendized 1 month. And now we're going to lose another month because we have to bring it back as a resolution to approve. So that's kind of 2 months of something that was, I thought, pretty clear cut. You know what I mean? That, hey, we have a little situation here we want to correct. You know what I mean? So that just, no offense meant. I just thought that it could have, I thought we'd be a little further along than that. So anyways.
Let me ask this question then. If we did something like that, could it backlash down the road by not bringing it back instead?
I see that I apologize for the delay, and I know it seems like a needless 2-step process, but just a conservative reading of the code and states that, the Planning Commission is authorized to initiate a code amendment. That has to be done by minute order of the Planning Commission. But the actual direction that goes up to City Council must be done by a written determination by the Planning Commission, meaning a resolution. So just by reading through the process that's outlined in the code, unfortunately, it contemplates this 2-meeting requirement, and it is slowing us down quite a bit. So I apologize for that, but that's the reason why we're doing it this way.
Thank you.
Okay.
So with that, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I don't think you could see me.
We can see you.
Can see.
Question.
Okay.
Do we know if anybody's been negatively impacted by this error that came to the counter and was refused because of the 3-bedroom requirement?
Yes, there has been someone. Yeah, they wanted to build a 5-bedroom house, and I told them they had to have 3 bedrooms for it. So yes.
Is this subsequent to the one that we were talking about during the discussion, the family? Is this subsequent to that one?
No, it's a different family.
And is it a use issue? Is it the same issue that they're a single-family dwelling used in a multi-family dwelling zone? Is that the same issue?
No, it has to do with a single-family residential zone, single-family house. And they just wanted to add a bedroom to their house, and they would have had to do 3 garages.
Right.
Okay.
So I'll direct the second part of this question to Michael. Is there something we need to do in light of that?
No, there's really nothing we can do at this point. For better or worse, this was the version that also went up to the city council and was contemplated by the council and ultimately approved. So there's no real easy way to unwind it at this point other than working through this process to get another formal code amendment done.
Okay.
Real quick, Tom, you made the comment, I want to make sure I heard it right. The family came to you with a 5-bedroom and they wanted 3 bedrooms, or was that 3?
No,
They had a 4-bedroom house and they wanted to make it a 5-bedroom house.
Okay. Thank you. Commissioner Lowe?
I'll just kind of add that this isn't the example, but if you have most of us, I think, live in, or similar situation where if you have a 4-bedroom house, and I do here where I'm at, all 4 bedrooms are upstairs. And if you get elderly, like happened in this house that I live in, they built a bedroom downstairs because the gentleman was getting elderly and couldn't get up the stairs. And that happened to be a 5th bedroom. Well, if you only have a 2-car garage, like the majority of the homes in Los Alamitos, you couldn't do that today. You know what I mean? You couldn't add that bedroom downstairs because of this code. So, and take it even a step further is if you have, the regular single family homes here in Los Alamitos, if you do want to do a remodel and all of a sudden you're adding a 3rd-car garage because you're going to 5 bedrooms, just think that 3rd-car garage, that's going to take in place of the front door. You know what I mean? You're going to be all of a sudden altering existing houses. That's not going to be, pleasing to the eye. So.
Yeah, but my neighborhood, I have a 3-car garage and half of the house where you used to live, Rossmore Highlands, there are lots of 3-car garages.
Right. If I'd say some are 3-car, some are 2-car, but if you wanted to add something like that on a 2-car garage, then you could. Yeah.
Oh no, I don't disagree with the whole plan.
I thought I was thinking about it a little bit more. But on that note, I'll make a motion to bring back a resolution to change the single-family dwelling requirement from what exists today back to a 2-car garage requirement, which has existed in the Los Alamitos Code for as long as I've known.
I have a second.
Second.
Can we do a roll call, please?
Chair Gross,
Agree.
Vice Chair DeBolt,
Aye.
Commissioner Andrew, absent. Commissioner Quilty,
Aye.
Commissioner Lowe,
Aye.
Commissioner Riley, absent, and Commissioner Solfolcanic.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, do I have any staff reports? No staff reports, and do we have any discussion? Any items?
I have a
Okay,
commission report.
we'll get there in just a second. Items from the Development Center for Services?
Yes, I have a few before I kick it over to the rest of the team here, but I sent out an email today to all the commissioners, including the Planning Commission, about the 4th of July, upcoming 4th of July fireworks spectacular on the base. If you are planning on coming onto the base to, witness the fireworks and we have some stage and entertainment on the stage, please reply to that email and I could provide you a VIP park pass for that event. There is a deadline that I'm requesting. I think the deadline is in my email next Tuesday. Again, if you are planning on coming onto the base to view the show, let me know and I will provide a parking pass for you. Tomorrow night, and Tom might be able to expound on, we have a community the town center mixed use plan. It's scheduled for 6 o'clock via Zoom. So again, if you are interested in joining, if you have not registered for that, please reach out to Tom. He can provide you the link for that. And then we also have started our housing element plan. We met today, and we're going full steam on that. And so we'll be presenting most likely to the Planning Commission at an upcoming Planning Commission about the housing element. So I'll kick it over to Tom. Tom, you have anything?
Just wanted to let you know that the federal building down on Lamson is for sale right now. And we've gotten calls from about, I think it's like 35 developers have called me so far, asking about buying it and what we would like to be done with it. So just wanted to let you know about that.
Thank you. Michael?
Nothing for me, thanks.
Right.
Thank you. Commission reports, Suffolk County, Commissioner Suffolk County.
Yeah, I just noticed the asphalt on Cerritos over by the Olson project is looks like they disrupted the street. I don't think they repaired the asphalt adequately. It's kind of rough there.
Yeah, so I will be taking a tour of that tomorrow with our city engineer to check it out. I'm aware of it.
Thank you. Okay.
Any other commissioner reports? No. Okay. First off, everybody have a really good 4th of July. And just so that you know, I know that the Recreation Department will be advertising for Serve Los Al that comes up on September 9th and 10th. And that's to sign up to help nonprofits. So I think they're doing a really great job over there. One of the things that I learned the other day was that a Recreation Department also has it, people can sign up to help the seniors at Oak Mobile Home Park that can't do certain things, and that can happen all year long. So if you want to have your kids or anybody help out, please let them know that they can go to our rec department, sign up for that, and help these people. Other than that, everybody have a really good 4th of July, stay safe, and meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
You're welcome.